So this is what we're going to draw. We're going to do it lightly first on our paper. Kind of just get the structure of it. Now, for our artist models, we are using John Currin. So you know it's kind of quite light, his drawings, quite light, with a little bit of white highlight. In the shading is kind of quite soft and light. Now, there's another example here, which is quite light and a little bit of white. And he did it on colored paper. Now, if you choose to use a pencil first, that's okay. You can use a pencil. You know, like some of you may feel like, oh, I'm doing it in pen and I don't want to do it in pen. First, I want to do it in pencil. You may. Okay, so then you've got your structure there. Okay, then you can go back to use your pen and outline that a little bit. As I said, don't worry if kind of like if it's you've got it like too big and it's getting out of the paper, it doesn't matter. Don't worry too much about, you know, you can't get everything into the paper. Sometimes it's good to kind of know that you can't get everything into the paper. It's like you have got it right because you're doing it nice and big. That's basically what we want to do. Now basically in your drawing, remember structure. Get the basic structure there. Okay, I'm going to be doing a little bit of the shading. Okay, let's refer back to the artist model. This one you can see there's just a little bit of white shading there, not overdoing it. There's no white shading at all, but today we're going to do a little bit of white shading. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of white shading like the flower that we did the other day when I was away. So we have got that white shading, but the other day we had like quite a bit of dark shading for the background, a little bit more shading. So today we're doing a little bit of less shading. So you're going to get your, you can kind of brush off a little bit it says. Now remember highlights, okay? So I'm going to do a little bit of highlight there. Not too much. Okay, just a soft one. Soft. And a little bit soft one there. Okay, use the side of the brush. Okay, go on the side of the brush, go easy on it. Just a bit of dry brushing that we have practiced when we were doing our mark making techniques. So you're going to put your mark making techniques into good use here. A little bit of blending, a little bit of highlight there. Okay, now if you want to do a little bit of background, now if you look at your artist models, there's a little bit of shading for the background. There's no shading for the background. There's no shading for the background. Okay, now if you want to do a little bit of shading for the background, you may. So you could either go back, use your pen, do a bit of shading, or you could be really creative about it and use a different color. Then again, brush off most of them and add a little bit of shading. Because the thing with this artist model is it's kind of quite light. It's nothing heavy. Okay? And you don't want to overdo it. Because if you put too much paint, you're going to spoil your work. Load your brush with paint, dab it around a bit, okay? Now, dry brushing. Remember, there's a technique that we learned, we explored and experimented with. Can have a little bit of white for the top bit. that almost just shading in the background, shading the negative space in, bringing a little bit more focus to your insect, to your drawing, to your main object here. Okay, the whole thing is your drawing here, so you're going to have a little bit more focus there.